Wentz to the air. Smith the block, and outside they go. And this is T.Y. Hilton with... Handoff to Hines, blocked by Doyle, cuts and spins and takes his way, explodes. Drive started at the 35 of Indy. Fake to Taylor, blocked by Smith. Down the middle they go, and it's caught on the play, and a good grab by Michael Pittman. 19-yard pickup.
They've done a good job in this opening series, Frank Reich has, of mixing up the play calling.
Ninth play coming up, Taylor. Second down and 4, and he's got it and takes it down to the 6. Brought down by Micah Hyde, a bulldozing move.
They're backing it up.
2 tight ends. Second and goal at the 3. Wentz, Taylor, Doyle with the block, and that opens the door, and a touchdown on the game-opening drive by the Colts. 3-yard touchdown run by Jonathan Taylor, and the Colts score on their opening drive for the 4th consecutive game. Doyle with a terrific tight end block. It's 1st and 10, the fake to Singletary. They dump it off to Knox, the tight end, looking for a block, and he got it from Butker, and he takes it past the 45. Extra lineman was Bates. Wobbly pass caught by Sanders, the veteran, across the way, and he dives in front of Moore.
And he enjoys playing with Josh Allen in this offense.
He's played with Breeze and Manning. Second down and 1. Here comes Josh Allen over 300 yards on the ground. Look at him take it, evading oncoming defenders and brought down on the play. 3rd and 18, they need the 25. They're blocked by Williams. Allen going downfield. Intercepted and picked off on the play by Odom. Here comes Odom, one of the safeties, with a pick on Josh Allen on a drive which will end. Odom with his first interception. Colts are one of only 2 teams with a takeaway in every game this season, along with the Giants. Second down 10. Jonathan Taylor, Doyle a block, and he's off to the races. Past midfield and knocked out of bounds on Josh Allen. 1st and 10. Sidearm job right there. Pittman looking for some block, and it's awful congested to the 23-yard line. Hines. Nelson a block. And they go for Taylor at the great move by Johnson. Dances to the 5. Rips his way in. Touchdown. Another one. 23-yard dazzling touchdown reception and move. And Taylor has scored.
From this Colts, I can't give him too many opportunities without getting points on the board.
Moss remains. Second down 10. Moss with the block. Downfield they go. Nice catch made. 48-yard line grab by Gabriel Davis. Allen has thrown a pick. Moss in the backfield. Williams with the block. And there's a pass, and it's caught downfield. Tight end Dawson Knox. Fake to Moss. Good block there by Morris. And was it picked off again by Odom? It was! Here he goes, his second first-half interception. And he takes it out near his own 30-yard line.
Well, I'm not sure. I know it almost looked like Allen was trying to throw the ball away, and as you see, the ball hits the ground there. It's just whether or not the officials ended up calling this incomplete as we were at commercial. You'll see down here, the ball actually bounces on the ground as Odom was diving for it, and
Singletary in, 8th play of the drive. Second down 10. Singletary, big hole there. Morris into the secondary, got by Moore, brought down by Odom. Third down 1. Moss a block, and great catch on the near side by Cole Beasley. Bad ribs and all. Moss in the backfield. Allen to the air. Caught for the touchdown. Stephon Diggs. And he beat Rock Yassin. 6-yard strike by quarterback Josh Allen. They're bringing heat. Johnson coming off the edge and incomplete, and they were looking for Doyle.
oh, late flag.
It was indeed Milano.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 97, defense. Pass interference, 54, defense. First down.
Fisher with the block. Here they come. Oh, he found the escape hatch. Look at Wentz. Gallop downfield and get the first down. My goodness, to the 30 of the Bills and a run of 18 on 3rd and 10.
Man coverage, nobody's accounting for Carson Wentz in the coverage, and Addison missing an opportunity for a sack.
It's Taylor busting free, and he takes a pile, and he moves the ball down to the 16-yard line. Fisher the block. It was deflected. It ricocheted off.
Wentz escaped and was able to get down there in field position. The defense holding strong.
Badgley perfect this season and stays that way in a 36-yard field goal to build the Colts lead. Practicing there this week, although Edmonds was only partial practice on Friday. He missed Wednesday and Thursday, and Klein gets the start today. And fumbling, and it's picked up on the play. T.J. Carey will take it to the 1 if indeed it's a fumble. This is Isaiah McKenzie, yeah.
Watch as he goes to the ground. Nobody touches him. The ball comes out.
Taylor in the backfield. 1st and goal. Taylor will sky and take it in, and they cash in a 2-yard leap. And the Colts have gone up by a count of 23-7. Carey got the fumble recovery.
Considering they're behind by quite a bit here, they need to get a double dip of scores here at the end and open it up the second half.
Into the nickel, 1st and 10. Underneath they go, and this is Dawson Knox. Landed there at midfield to get him along with Isaiah Rodgers. Buffalo with 2 timeouts. And they go underneath here, and it was a catch by Diggs, who was lassoed by... Williams will block at the right tackle, but now they come.
Falls out.
It's taken away. It is loose. Morris couldn't get it. Singletary vacuums it in. Now he begins to run. They blow the play dead, and it's dead back at the 32. Quarterback in the NFL. They need the 26. Underneath he goes here. It's Emmanuel Sanders. And brought down by Leonard. Wind is blowing from the far side to the near. And hits the upright. Have the distance. Fisher a block at the left tackle. Messy pocket. Oh, and they got him on stride. It's hit. 1st down. Shed the tackle attempt by Levi Wallace. It'll tie LaDainian Tomlinson from 06 and Lydell Mitchell. 3rd down and 8. Good block by Fisher. Oh, he's in a straight jacket, and down he goes. Brought down by Ed Oliver. Beginning to put his marks on this defense. It's the first sack for the Buffalo Bills. And a flag.
Holding. Defense. Number 24. 5-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
Johnson in the slot there on Pascal. See with the arm wrapped around his waist.
3rd and 20. And they go down the middle and incomplete. For quarterback Josh Allen. It's Mark Breida. Oh, there was a nice block in there by Butker, and he's off to the races. Deceptively moving outside and banged out of bounds by George Odom. What a sprint. What a run to the 45 and a gain of 28 on the play. Let's see where they mark him out. 3rd and 5. Blocked by Ford and almost picked off on the ricochet off the fingertips of Beasley. This from 49. Whoa. That is no good. He made 16 consecutive field goals, but today he's got a taste of Western New York weather. Fingerprints on this one. 3 catches for Doyle. 1st and 10. Taylor. Oh, deceptive move, and he's into the backfield and breaks a tackle right there of Poyer. Downfield, Milano will trip him up. What a run.
We gotta go!
23.
1st and goal, Taylor. Good block by Mo Alley Cox. The stiff arm, and pay dirt. Touchdown, a 4th today for Taylor on a 10-yard run where he slides on this slick surface for 6. He is incredible. An 0 of 6 in the half. Blocked by Moss. And tipped again, and picked off by Moore on the ricochet. He was playing volleyball, and he got it. Another turnover, the 3rd today by the Buffalo Bills. Colts are 7th in interceptions coming in. They've got 2 today and 3 takeaways, and 1st and 10. It's Jonathan Taylor trying to find a sliver, and he finds even more than that. Taylor in for another touchdown. 5, it's a 1-yard run. The dynamic Jonathan Taylor. 5 touchdowns today for the Colts in a stunner.
Hit the road at Houston before finally getting a week off to try and heal up some.
You saw Butker back in at the guard, 3rd and 3. Butker the block. And downfield, and a flag, and a catch by Knox. Acrobatic grab over Sendejo. Running back is Moss, 3rd and goal at the 9. Here goes Allen on the move and throws, and it was caught on the play by Diggs. 9-yard touchdown pass to Stephon Diggs. 5th of the year for 2. Breida. Moore is chasing. Allen is driving, and he's got the 2-point conversion for the Buffalo Bills. Have that single game record. Ernie Evers, Dub Jones, Gale Sayers, Alvin Kamara last year, and here he goes with a run by Hines. Taylor again with a burst and a drive and a helmet down to the 31.
Really well that since starting the season off as slow as they did.
Badgley from 35 to tack on 3 more, and he nails it. 2nd down and 6. Oh, it's picked off on the play. Franklin, Zaire Franklin, who had a block punt last week that led to a touchdown return. Pistol here for Trubisky. And Breida. Tumbling ahead to the 29 and a pickup of